Hey guys, so I sound horrible. I have been battling a cough for the past like 2-3 weeks now. I've been tested for COVID. It's not COVID. I've been to the doctor like twice now. They're trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I think it's just allergies. But if I'm coughing throughout this video, I'm so sorry. I'm not contagious though. I've been around people and I haven't gotten anybody sick. I've taken antiviral medication. I've taken antibiotics and I still have this. So it's allergies. So it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? The end. Anyway, so today's video is going to be about me going back to work at the strip club. Yes, you heard that correctly. I know, we never thought this day would come, did we? So as you all may know, if you've been on my channel for the past 7 years, or if you are, anywhere on my social media, you know that I used to work as an exotic dancer, stripper, whatever you want to call it, for about a year in Los Angeles in my mid-20s. And I have a respect for the girls who work in this line of work, in this profession. I think it's a challenging job. It takes a lot of physical strength, athleticism, a lot of mental fortitude to deal with what those girls have to deal with on a daily basis. It could be a fun job, it could be a not so fun job. It could be a financially rewarding job, and it takes a lot of business savviness for sure, but it can also be really detrimental to mental health. I definitely got lost in that lifestyle and I got really caught up in like the drama with the men during my time as a dancer, who was really toxic. And yeah, so we're not going to get into that, but definitely my time as a dancer was a negative experience. But I do not speak on behalf of all exotic dancers, because I know there's plenty of boss ass bitches who are dancers who've had amazing experiences. So for me it was traumatic, and I said to myself that I would never step foot in another club after my experience. And so it's pretty crazy that all these years later I did step foot in another club. A lot of people ask me what my experience was like. What did I do? Did I dance? What was the experience like? And then a few weeks later, after my appearance as Fart Jar Girl, as the reality TV star, as like doing the meet and greet at the strip club, I also went to another strip club in Vegas, and that was a whole nother experience that I'll tell you guys about. And so yeah, let's get right into the video. So yeah, anyway, a couple months back I was reached out to do a meet and greet event, and it was pretty surreal. I was reached out to do a meet and greet event, and I hesitated, but eventually I was like, you know what, I think it's a pretty cool idea. And their idea was for me to come in, do a meet and greet event for a few hours, and to hand out some fart jars. And I said that it was not going to be a great idea to bring in bottled farts into a sexy strip club environment, because I just didn't want to put people through that. It's not the right time and place for that. Fart jars are a very niche thing, and I charge a lot of money for them, and they're for a very specific type of clientele. And I just don't think that a small New York City strip club is the right time and place for that. So I said that I would just bring in cute little fart jars with my pictures in them, but with not actual farts. So they agreed to that, and I said that I would just bring like 20 or so, and that I'd bring them in as like a free novelty gift for like the first 20 people that would arrive. And I also wondered, like, how many people are gonna actually show up. I didn't really know how many fans were gonna actually show up, because first of all, it's a strip club. I don't know how many of my fans are gonna actually show up to the strip club. And I've never done a meet and greet before for so many reasons. I've kind of dealt with a weird stalker situation over the past 5-6 years, and it's made me really uneasy. So I am aware of, I do have some weird followers. I do have some unsavory people who follow my social media. I do go onto my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube comments, and there's a lot of people that don't like me. There are a lot of people that send me death threats. So, having a meet and greet event, it's not at the top of my priority list. So when I did agree to do the meet and greet event, I was a little bit nervous. And when my friends and family found out that I had agreed to do this, they're like, aren't you a little bit worried? Aren't you a little bit scared? But what made me feel a little bit more at ease is my past knowledge of what it was like working as a dancer, and knowing that these environments are protected by security. This isn't a meet and greet at a mall or at a bookstore. This is a meet and greet at a place that is like really good. Like, people are being monitored as they're walking in, their IDs are being checked, and I know the identity of my stalker, I know his name, so I told the owner of the strip club like who to watch out for. I left a picture. I felt pretty safe about the whole entire situation going into it, and I thought, you know, if I'm gonna do a meet and greet anywhere, I feel like the safer place would be a strip club. But I don't know, do you guys agree? I'd like to know your opinions in the comments below. So the weeks leading up, I was getting a little bit nervous, and I was inviting my friends to come along with me just to have like a good support system. I bought a really cute dress for the event. I was channeling my inner stripper STEPANKA, which was really fun because, you know, I never really thought that I would ever go back to the strip club again. So this was kind of my way of really role playing that again. And I was paid pretty well for the appearance as well. The only thing that sucked about the night was that it was the worst weather possible. New York City got slammed with like a bomb cyclone that night, so it was below freezing temperatures, freezing rain. There was a snowstorm during the day, so weather-wise it was horrible. People did come out though, and it was really nice to meet some of my fans, and everybody was really nice. Everybody was super warm, welcoming. I gave out hugs, I gave out fart jars, I got up on stage, I made an announcement, I went up to the DJ booth, I did some photo ops, I took a bunch of pictures. The pictures came out really well. Whoever the photographer was that was at the club like took some of the most amazing pictures of me. I'll post some. I was so surprised. It was a really fun night, and the dancers were all super nice. They kept coming up to me and telling me that they loved my fart jar idea, that I was such a boss, and that they were so inspired. So then cut to about a week or so later, me, my boyfriend, and a bunch of his friends from France, we're all going to Vegas, and since I have this like hustler connection, I get us a VIP table at the Hustler Club in Vegas. And I also realized I know some people in Vegas, like Larissa from 90 Day Fiance, who I've been wanting to meet for a really long time. I also have a long lost best friend in Vegas, Lewis, who I haven't seen in so many years, who I want to invite out with us. So we gather up a whole group of us. I reached out to Larissa from 90 Day Fiance, and I invited her to come along with. We've talked and chatted here and there throughout the past couple of years as friends on Instagram. I have always loved her on the show. I've always thought she's hilarious. I just love her accent, her style, and how she just is who she is. And she actually is a really nice person, and you'd think she's like a really like aggressive person, but she's really sweet and like very like chill and low key. And that was kind of an interesting, different experience of going to a strip club as for not like a work experience, but as just like an entertainment experience. Let me just tell you, Vegas strip clubs are so much different from New York strip clubs. It is insane. It is crazy. I mean, unlike anything I've ever seen before, the amount of people, the amount of dancers. There are dozens and dozens of dancers. There are what seemed like hundreds of people. It is a huge party environment, and there's just so much going on at all times, and it was really overwhelming. And it's even like a huge difference in the aesthetic, and even from the time when I worked as a dancer, I felt like there's a huge difference of like how women's bodies have changed. I sat there for you know, several hours drinking my cocktail and just like chatting with Larissa and chatting with Lewis and chatting with my boyfriend. And what I really noticed is like the evolution of women's bodies over like the past 7 years, and really just like the huge popularization of BBLs. Like every single girl at that club had a BBL, and I'm sitting there with my little tiny ass butt, and I'm like, damn, I need a BBL. Like at the end of the night, I was like, oh my goodness, it's so crazy how like the trends have really changed, because when I worked as a dancer, nobody had a BBL. It was all about the big fake boobs. Now it's all about the big fake asses. So it's really crazy. I had this like wild hair up my ass and I was like, I'm gonna get my boyfriend a lap dance. And I don't know why I had that moment. I think I was just really trying to self-sabotage my relationship at that point. Really toxic behavior on my behalf. So yeah, got my boyfriend a lap dance, paid $200 for it. Was it a good thing? Did I love it? No. Was I drunk? Yes. Would I do it again? No. Was I panicking the whole time? I wasn't, but towards the end I was, and then afterwards I felt really weird about it. But he said he didn't touch her, and he said that she didn't touch him, and that it was like the most like not sexy lap dance, and that the entire time she was just like telling him how pretty I was. So, I mean, I believe him, whatever, it's fine. You know, I'm the one that chose the lap dance. I'm the one that insisted on it. You know, I can't be mad about something that I specifically chose. So, you know, it is what it is. Why do I self-sabotage my relationship like that sometimes? It was a fun night. I'm super glad I got to meet Larissa. I'm really glad I got to reconnect with my friend Lewis and prove to myself that I can be in an environment like that and have a positive experience and not feel like it's emotionally detrimental to me. Do I still feel like strip clubs are negative and bad environments? I don't know. I can't say for sure. Did I see like any fucked up bad things there? I think dancers and I think that people who work at strip clubs, their job is to create a fun party environment for guests and clients. I think that drinking, I think that spending a lot of money on that type of stuff, it can have negative and toxic connotations. But I think if it's a place where you go to have fun, let loose, and blow off some steam, it's no different than going to any kind of like nightclub or bar once in a while. And it was nice, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed looking at the women and looking at their outfits and the way that they presented themselves and their hair, their makeup. And there was a burlesque show at one point, which was really cool. So I felt like the whole presentation was part of the experience. Like it was really tastefully done. So I didn't feel like it was a bad vibe. Whereas I feel like some strip clubs can be, this one wasn't. But anyway, I wanted to share that story with you guys. I think that might be my one and only meet and greet, possibly, who knows, maybe I'll do another one. If you guys would like me to ever do a meet and greet, let me know. And what city are you in? Where would you like me to come? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, click the little bell next to it so you get a notification the next time that I upload. I do try to upload at least once a week, Tuesdays or Saturdays, so make sure to check back. And I am on Instagram and TikTok. All of my socials are linked down below, as well as my unfiltered and my fan page. My fan pages are linked down below, as well as my unfiltered, which is where I post my exclusive content. So go check that out, and I will see you guys in my next video.